available. Good morning and welcome to MightyOxTrading. Happy Wednesday. I hope everyone's had a great night, ready for a great day. Just check on a couple of things here on my phone and looking good. And let's look at the markets overnight. So, there we go. Markets overnight, we've rose up. Well, we're rising up. Yeah, rising up all day yesterday. Looks like our high on NQ, on ES, 64.89 quarter, dipped to 64.78. So about 11 point, only 11 points? Yeah, only 11 points. Does look like we're a little slow. High on NQ 628, dipped down to 567. Wow, that's only a 60 point range. Kappa. About copper is actually moving pretty well. 140 ticks in range there. Ultra bond having an issue with. Gold. It's about 21 points in range. Crude oil just popped up. Ooh, wow, look at natural gas exploding. About 59 ticks in range only on crude oil. And Bitcoin's back up to over 111. So that's where we sit standing, whatever body posture you're choosing to take. As we got to log in. Okay. Keep trying to bounce. Bounce fails. Continues to try to come down.
Order submitted.
I saw it. Oh, it's still sitting there. Right back down on NQ. Purple candle is below the 9, below the signal line, but also hit a Bollinger Band. It was larger than our, well, it wasn't large. It's only, I mean, our ATR is only 3.5 right now. That candle looks really big, but in actuality, it's only a 4-point candle. And top's back up now. That probably would have been a good trade to take, but morning, JC. How are you this morning? How did that trade finish up for you at the beans yesterday? Oh, I'm not sure what's causing this little pop. We have no news today besides crude oil inventories. Hits hits the Bollinger Band, pulls right back. Boop, boop. I was right again yesterday. Yep. And Q trying to push back up. Very tight range overnight. Yeah, you trade differently when you work out of a hole. Q's still rising up, but it's hitting a band. So watching it grind against those bands. Yeah, I seem to be. Good morning, Amelia. And Q's still rising up. It's getting near the overnight high. Overnight high is 629. We're at 618. Tight range overnight. Like one of the smallest ranges I've seen in a while. Just about 60 points on NQ. And there's no news catalyst this morning. So this could be a really choppy morning. Especially with NVIDIA earnings coming this afternoon. Market could just be waiting to see what happens there. Oh, wow. Yeah, I saw that like a huge percentage of their employees, because of the stock options and all that, are, filthy rich. Hey, USC, how you doing today? Wow. Yeah, it's been chilly down here too. It's actually it's only 53 out now, and then they do want it warming up again, but this has been an incredible high. I mean, for August, yeah, it's end of August, but it's still August. Lows like around 50 and the highs only in the 70s. I mean, Labor Day here normally probably sees 90. It's only the highs only supposed to be 81, the low of 54. Wonder if that means we're gonna have a cold winter. Pulls back here. Gold rising. Purple candle here. Now I'm interested is below the 9, below the signal line, but it is on the 1 minute chart overextended on the RSI, but I need to study that. Big drop. Morning, Ron. How are you been doing? So I didn't take that purple candle and because of the size of it, and it worked. All right. Have a nice walk. Hey, you can see we're extended on the RSI, so possibly looking for a nice bounce here. Ooh, still dropping. It's dropping like it's hot. Dropping like it's hot. Dropping like it's hot. Gold rising. ES, Dow, and the Russell all dropping. Gold hit a high on August 8th at 35.34, then pulled back of about 200 points and then turned back around and heading back up on the 20th. Looked like it went, and Q wanted to bounce here and didn't. Gold pulling back now a little bit as well. Wow, still falling. So we just broke 600. I don't see any news that caused this little drop. We got near the overnight high. Overnight high was 627. We got 621 and have now fallen 40 points. Yeah, someone on the Discord has an interesting issue. Bull and Ox paid him out. Money's already in their checking account, but they haven't taken the money out of his trading account. I mean, this is just straight 6 red candles in a row. Could have easily trailed this candle by candle and stayed in this trade too. It is grinding on the bands. It is overextended on the RSI. Peeking its head up a little bit on this here candle. I haven't heard. Not granted, I don't follow Topstep as closely since they kicked everybody to the curb affiliate wise. So I just follow stuff that I see on Twitter or whatever, or I rely on Amelia to tell me because she seems to follow the prop world better than I do. Wait, direct to fund it. I'm not sure I've heard of Top Step starting direct to fund it. I know they're going to do funded resets, but I haven't not sure about direct to funded. Did they commit to direct to funded?
Order submitted.
What did I just do? Damn it. I screwed up. I accidentally entered this trade with 3 contracts. So let's hope it works out. We're going to put a target really close. So far, that's a nope. Yeah, it's going to stop me out. Ouch. Ouchie, ouchie, ouchie. Not sure how I did that. Well, I know how I did that, but damn it. Oh, that's stupid. I forgot NT is stupid. When I set the order quantity on one tab, it updates the order quantity on another tab.
Order submitted.
So I set an order quantity on MNQ for when I want to use that, and that updated the order quantity on NQ as well. I forgot I need separate windows and not just separate tabs, so it doesn't do that. Morning, John. Oh, yeah, yes. Thank you. I didn't see him on the docket. Yeah, I was going to say he's not on mine either. Maybe he was just wandering around town looking for a microphone.
Order filled.
Still coming down. Oh, yeah, good point. New all day. Which, expanding the range. Can't find any oomph upwards.
Order filled.
Still no oomph upwards, even off the blue candle. Blue candle was above signal line on the 1 minute. It was not a blue candle on the 2. There we go. Now, oh, you guys need an M&Q chart, don't you? Well, I took a long on M&Q on one of my funded Apexes. 3 contracts. Still can't get any momentum upwards. It hit the 9 on the 1 minute chart and bounced off. My entry is 23,570 half. Potential blue candle now on the 2-minute. There we go. Now we're getting a little rise. All right. Shooting for 581 on the MNQ trade. But perhaps I should only be shooting for that 9, which is actually sitting right now at 78. Just getting some oomph there, but hitting the expansion on the RSI on the 1-minute. The Williams is done talking. Just can't get above that 9. Still struggling here at 578. Oh, and rejects down. That's why I don't like trading micros. If that had been a micro trade, I would have taken the 7 points, which was $50 on 3 micros, but would have been $140 on a mini. I didn't take it. Just trying to come back. Morning, Burrell. There we go. Come on. Come on, baby. This fight here. Wow. Fight again at 578. Burrell, did you get that big up move yesterday?
Target filled.
Yay! Target failed. So on 3 micros, I just got 10.5 points. It's a $60 trade. Nice. We're just about the top of the hour. Crude dips at its open. Good morning, T.O. You're here early today. Hope that doesn't mean some sort of alarm went off calling you in because there's some sort of emergency in the warehouse. uh, It's been a very, 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 very slow grind up. Why was the heater on in the summer? I mean, granted, it did get down to 50 degrees. Morning, Crypticon. How are you? Doing good? And we pull back, purple candle. Nice drop here. I should have taken that purple candle. It was a signal for me, but I didn't for some reason. All right, JC, have a good one. New low of day. 556. Welcome back, USC. Yep, gold's rising up. That's an iffy one right there. I did not take it. It's still below the signal line. Could be a bounce, could be a not bounce. A not bounce? Really? It was a bounce and it would have worked. Yep, that was a perfect bounce. Eric Curtis. Welcome. Been a while since we've seen you. How are you doing? You might want to just give them contact support. They might need to. I mean, did it just start today, or did you just buy an account today? Sometimes they need to turn on CBOT for people. Yeah, they probably need to turn CBOT on for you then. I think they just have, because most people just trade ES or NQ. They keep the others off by default, and then you got to ask for them. I don't think so, but I'm not an expert on it. So it's been a while since I actually had an My Funded Futures account. Good morning, Ace. How are you? Sport's usually pretty good. You don't get a lot of rain, do you, Ace? We're stagnant again here near the lows. We got about less than 10 minutes until the bell. Amelia, Financial Juice, thought it was sneaky. It added the Fed Williams' speech onto the calendar after he was done speaking. Yep. It's sitting there now. Morning, Hassan. How's life on the islands? Morning, JJR. How's life in the Northeast? Buenos dias, Jay. Ugh. We're just choppy here as we wait for the bell. Hey, David. Good to see you.
Two minutes till the bell.
Down to 544. Quick move down here at the bell. I'll be right before the bell. Now we got the bell. Popped up, came right back down. And we're continuing to move down. Yesterday saw a big up. We're trying to give that back. We opened the day yesterday at 505. Finished at 611. We're down to 524. We hit a low of 371 yesterday. See if we bounce here. Nice, David. SEC reports 20 new complaints about somebody named Tio. Yesterday, all our troubles seemed so far away. NQ seemed like such an easy game to play. Had it up, came back down. They're grilled though, just so you know. Now we're popping, hopping, stopping, popping like a rabbit. Hopefully, talk about the electricity or that we wasted on that heater. This is definitely not the most exciting open we've ever had. Now it's popping some. And gets beaten back down. Like a stepchild named Tio. Oh. Looking for longs in all the wrong places. Looking for longs in too many candles. There's another blue pop. That's considered a good win today, Ace. Oh yeah, YM's popping nicely. And Q shows signs of life and then gets beaten back down. That's a blue candle now. It's a big blue candle now. Wick at the end. Oh, gives it half back. And back down we come. See if it comes back down. Tested, came back down, tested half the candle. If it pops back up, I'll take it. Nope. Down she goes. Choppy, choppy, choppy. Oh, oops. I wasn't aware of that. Sorry, Eric. Here comes a comeback.
Order submitted. Order filled.
What happened? Not sure what happened there.
Order filled.
Oh. Stagnant. We're all stagnant. $17.
Order filled.
He's still falling new low at 516. Nice work, Ace. I knew what you meant, Ace. Big fall. No, I haven't, Burrow. Down to 500. Well, the fact that most of them are red would say I am trading them, Burrow. Keep trying to pop here.
Order filled.
Long 4 micros on 1 Apex funded, I think. Maybe not. On 1 Apex eval. Thought I picked the funded, but I picked an eval. I would have done a regular contract if I thought I was on an eval.
Stop filled.
What? Just got within 1 tick of my... No. Huh? Got within 1 tick of my target and then went to my stop. I will never get a withdrawal. I will never get a payout. It's becoming abundantly clear that I will never get over that hump. Might have been on the news that the Trump administration seizes control of Washington's Union Station from Amtrak. Not sure why that would have really caused the market drop, but it's the only thing I'm seeing on Financial Juice. Nathaniel Jones. Did you get an email about fantasy football? It should have came from ESPN on Saturday. Did you sign up? You're like one of our only holdouts, you and RJ. And I talked to RJ yesterday. Yeah, I tagged you in Discord too about it, but you probably didn't see the tag. Thank you. Now our only holdout is RJ. I need to slap him because he sent me a message yesterday, but apparently he still didn't join. Oh, is there? Oh, hold on. Sorry about that. Yeah, that eval blew, so they immediately kicked me out. Um, I'm not sure if anybody's been getting payouts, like that from Apex. A lot of people have moved on from Apex. It's easier to try and like have a few accounts from two or three firms at a time and copy trade that with a replicanto or whatever than deal with what all the bullcrap that Apex is doing now. And this is from somebody that likes Apex, considers John Skelton a friend. No, not yet. He and I are gonna need to have a talk. My cat? His name's Eddie. I did not name him. When I got him, his name was already Eddie, and we weren't going to change the name. Hey, Platt. Hey, Amar. Top of the hour upon us. Crude oil inventory is in half an hour.
Order filled.
Long based on the blue candle from 2 candles ago. Waited till it came back up. But it's going to come down and stop me out. Maybe. Haven't heard from CFT. He left the Discord. Then he left. Then his alt left my Discord, and except for an occasional email to his email list or an occasional tweet, he did leave some sort of smart remark at some point in time on Twitter, I believe. Oh yeah, a week ago he posted on Twitter.
Stop filled.
Anyone else feel like watching futures trader live streams is a total waste of time? Me too. Use your time to work on your trading instead of watching a bunch of losers trade. Ask yourself, have you learned anything from the 20 million live streams? Answer, no. No, he never. Well, he never did a live stream. I mean, he did like one live stream ever. Connor, that's um, darn, I forget now. Yeah, little rat dog. I don't know, but lately I've been feeling the same way as CFT, just without all the hate. Quant Tower's an okay platform. It's not. I don't like it as much, but it's okay. Most people don't use the Sierra chart because of the it takes so long to learn how to use well. Learning curve. That's the word I was trying to come up with. Learning curve. But remember the Bowlinox and Apex sales end tonight? 83% off and 80% off. Is streaming stressing me out? No. Motorwave doesn't work on Phidias? Should. It's a rhythmic option. Lucid is getting Tradovate in October. I'm hoping that means it opens up for other firms as well. Honestly, I believe it does have its built-in copier, but I've never actually used Motorwave more than an hour. For your Sierra chart expert, you want to talk to Hassan. Hassan uses Sierra. Hassan, does Sierra charts have a built-in trade copier free? Gold's going sideways as well. Dow's sideways. ES is still on a curvature upwards. Ultraviolet down. ETP trade copier is free with any futures desk account. I've been hearing lots of bad things about TradeSyncer. Yeah, it is. MR. There's also one out called Thor as well. I don't know. I don't know if that does Tradovate, but it does supposedly Rhythmic and I think Project X. Still rising up. So trying to head back up towards 600. That last blue candle was a signal, but I've lost all confidence in the day. Theoretically, the last 3 blue candles would have worked, and I didn't take any of them. Well, actually, I lie. I did take one. Got stopped out on it because I didn't put the stop at the right spot when it decided to flush down on me. Thor. Possibly. I would think so. We have a break coming up this Monday with Labor Day. And Tuesday is our 4-year stream, well, 4-year since the creation of MightyOxTrading. Yeah. There's 600, Hassan. 601. Thank you. With Thor, I don't know. I haven't used Thor. I haven't even looked at it, so I don't know anything about the details of it. Absolutely, Ace. Have a great day. Oh, I haven't used that one either. Uh, Hassan, question. You got a question there about the ETP? He asked. I lost it now. Hold on. Let me scroll up. People are actually talking right now. MR's going to send you a message on Discord if you don't mind. We hit 603. Pull back a bit. I'm hanging in. Crude oil inventory is coming up to less than 4. Not that I think anybody here even trades crude. There's 604 that John talked about. Kind of fighting here right at 600. I don't know. I mean, I back tested yesterday and it's all clean moves, but I can't see them in real time, and I can't figure that one out. And that's been my struggle for too long. My strategies work, I just can't execute, and I'm tired of it. Appreciate that, Hassan, but I need the website to be the first priority. So like here, so I have approximately three setups, three or four. So let's just look. Let me bring up this. Let me enlarge the NQ chart. First of all, let me see what. Then we'll go back. I do my back testing on the other computer on another TradingView account. Yes, I'm actually paying for two TradingView accounts now. So I can't show you what I have already drawn, but let's just look at strategy number one, which is the in trend or in momentum plays from yesterday. I don't know why I have that line there. But from the start of the stream, looking for blue candles that are above the 9 and above the signal line, or purple candles that are below the 9, below the signal line. So this one, let me get a marker here. No, wait, hold on. Where is this? There. pin. That's what I want. So this one. Let's change the color. Or it's not changed the color. So that one worked. It went at least the ATR, you know, went 10 points. This one doesn't count because it was below the signal line. It worked. This one technically did not work, but I could have, you know, the strategy view to get out at the bottom of the wick of the first candle, so I would have taken a very small loss. This one worked. Then this one worked. Now, going toward the open, this one also followed that same strategy. Would have worked, but 4 minutes before the open, wouldn't have taken it. The open candle worked, although I don't know if I'll ever take the candle in the open, but even so, it worked. This one doesn't count. This one, even though it's showing a purple candle, would have worked because it went 20 points before coming down. So that would have been a winner. Worked. This one worked. This one, below the signal line, below the 9 EMA, worked for 10. Or, I mean, I'm basing it on ATR. When ATR is between 10 and 20, I go for 10. So that would have went 10. This one would not have been a valid play. It would have worked, but it was not a valid play because it was below the signal line. Hold on. Let me go forward. This one, I don't have that one marked. That one would have worked. That one was a legit. I didn't even mark that one yesterday. This purple one here, that would have been a loss. It was below the signal line, below the 9, would have been a loss. Although seeing that this gray area here could have been an exit for me. This one, beautiful. A win. This one below the signal line, so it's not an entry. Same thing here. This one, loss. So that's our second loss now. Then this one, though, purple back down, below the signal line, below the 9, win. This one doesn't count. This is actually a different setup, and I can show that one later. Here's this one, win. This one, it's technically not touching the 9. I want them touching the 9. But it is touching the 100, so that was an iffy one right there. I could count that as a win. Same with that one. And nothing for a long time. This one, hold on. This one was actually was below the signal line, so would not have counted, but you can see it would have worked. Looks like there was actually none other on that setup at the end of the day. Well, the blues and purples are the indicator. The blues and purples are the ones that color. I mean, normally they're red and green. Blues and purples are the indicator coloring the candle. Then my other strategy, the reversal strategy, I think that would drive me crazy. I went back too far. Why is it doing that? I hate it. Okay. So here's my on the reversal strategy. So here, see the green line means it hit a Bollinger. Blue candle after. It doesn't even have to be a blue candle, but this one worked. Next one here, purple candle, hit the Bollinger. That one, oops. That one worked. Then here, two back to back. Hit Bollinger, red candle, boom. Bollinger, red candle, boom. And big boom on that one. And here, blue candle after the Bollinger hit, boom. Then this one would have been a loss right here. Looked perfect. Big old wick, purple candle, hit the Bollinger. But it could have been a very small loss as long as I was smart enough to get out when it showed the opposite candle above the 9 like that. Then no setups for a while. No setups for a while. Well, this one here, this would have been a loss as well, right here. This would have been a win. This, wait, hold on. I lost myself. No. Yeah, I marked that one already. Okay, that one. And this one right here. Win. And this one here would have been a loss because of that odd wick down. But then the very next one would have been a win. Here's another one. Win. Up, up, up. Now this would have been a loss right here. If we're gonna get a small, could have been a small loss if I got out on the doji. And this one here's a win. Or even if I waited for the purple candle, I would have had to go through chop, but it would have ended up being a win. This one, as long as I put my stop at the bottom of the wick of the candle, would have been a win. Or I could have taken the stop and then got back in on the next one. So we'll just mark that as one win. Same thing here, big old blue candle. Now I don't like it when they finish real close. I love it when they finish away from the 9, which gives it more room to head up. So you can see how it pulled back first and then went. It would have worked. So here, this one did not work. That would have been a loss. But this one would have been a win. This one would not have worked. But this one does. This one does. This one, I mean, I mark it as a win, but I wouldn't have taken that one because of the wick. This one does not. We see how close it was to a rising 9, so, you know, that would have been kind of a thing. And this one does. This one sets up perfect because it ends up not only being below the, not only hitting a Bollinger and being the first red candle, but it ends up below the 9 and below the signal line. So it's like, that's like a mega setup right there. And then that's our end of the day. So wouldn't take it right at the close. And then the last but not least that I look for is these gray lines, which indicate this RSI getting overextended. So you can see here, looking for the first opposite candle after a gray. That one works. Then gray, 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 gray. Hold on. Next one is there. Okay, so the next one would have been here, which we already got. So that would have been, you know, a double setup. Then here, you can see the opposite candle, blue, pops up. Beautiful move right there for 20 points. Easy. Here again, this is a double setup. Gray candle here, not work, but definitely would have ruled that one out. Again, this would have been a double setup, but once they get too far from the gray line, if you get a trigger too far from the gray line, then you kind of start ignoring it. Gray line here, again, there's a double setup. Where am I at here? Boom, yeah. And here, look at this perfect one. Purple candle after the gray. perfect down. This one, again, long wick would not have taken. Then it gets too far away, so it comes invalid. Here, this is another double setup after the gray line, blue candle. And might have been, no, wait, we have one more here. This blue, right here, perfect. Bounce. I mean, that was a double setup as well. Bounce off the 100 EMA as well as having that gray shaded area signifying a reversal, which would have led into that candle. So you can see, look, I mean, those are all winning trades. I didn't mark the losing just because I marked the losses on my other chart. I didn't mark, but I mean, this is, and I see this every day. Every day that I go back and look. Many more wins than losses. But I'm just not reading it. I'm reading it right, and I take wrong signals. Like, let's look at today. Now, today has been harder, either, you know, because of the choppiness. But let's start with where the stream started. Oh, here, this was a setup right before the stream. So this one got me. Not only was it hitting a Bollinger Band, but it was hitting the, it was giving the gray line, which is why it's this ugly puke shade of green. But if I put my stop I think, hold on, low of that candle, 604.75, low of that, yeah, I would have had two ticks. It wouldn't have stopped me out. And this is only a 6 point. This is when the candles are really small. So, you know, I would have went for 6 by 6 and got my win. Or I could just waited for the blue candle set up there. So now here you see the Bollinger Bands, purple, right up against the 9. So it would have worked, but it probably wouldn't have taken it. But this one, beautiful. This was let that down to that big drop. So now I did try to take this green. Stupid of me because it was all wick, no body. But then that second one was actually within it. It wouldn't have worked, but it was could have been a small loss. I didn't get myself out in time. Then you see this first green, next green works. Boom, up. This one's invalid because it's below the 9. We start getting the gray shaded areas. So it really didn't work, but it was a small candle. Would have been a 1 point loss. Look at this beautiful purple candle here. Boom, boom. Here's another purple candle with trend. Boom. Right into the open. This one, it couldn't break the 9, so this was an invalid setup, but this is one I tried to take. Nah, maybe not. Did I try to take that? I think I did. See it, and that's that, you know, yeah, it was hitting the Bollingers. It was a blue, but it could not get through the 9. It whipped up above the 9, but was banging its head. I did wait for it to come down, and then I tried to jump back in on this wick up, and that it failed me. This is another one I tried. So that one, you know, that was valid. It failed me. But then this blue candle here worked. This blue candle here worked. This one I would have been iffy on because I was hitting a gray area. This blue candle here worked. This one did. This little red candle did not work. And then we really haven't gotten anything since. So today would have been a more difficult day thus far. But you can see, I mean, based on yesterday, how many legit setups I get in an 8-hour day. And it's frustrating to me that I'm not able to execute those 3 strategies that look so darn clear to me when I go back through. How is everybody doing today? Red, green, or somewhere in between? I mean, I realize there's some bias when you're looking back like that, JJR. But even if like I try to be very honest and count the losses that would actually be losses. And even if you threw in a few extras that for some reason I didn't count, it would still be, if I execute it, it would still be a very good winning day. Almost every day. Today would probably, if I figured out, if I took it out, figured out each trade, the profit and the stop losses of that would have been hit, it might actually be about a break even day. But with this strategy, or these three strategies, or even the first two, because the gray one, when I look at back on the gray lines, they're the ones that are the most inconsistent. So even if I took those first two, the reversal, the with momentum or with trend, whatever you want to say, and the reversal trades, I get like when I backtest a 75 to 80% win rate. So even if you take that down to 60%, because most of the time the way it should be setting up is that my stops aren't as big as my wins. So, and I just, that's another thing. I tell myself when I'm backtesting where I should cut it. And when I'm actually in a trade, I get so into that trade that I'm like, oh, well, it's, it's just a little red candle. It's going to continue. That's just a quick bump in the road. It's going to continue going. And then I don't get out. All right, totally off topic, but does anyone else find it funny that that Tradify is having a tournament on a game? They're having a gaming tournament on a game called Apex Legends. Like that one loss I took, which was think here. Hold on, let me go backwards. Tio's gonna love this if he's still here. Turn back time. Yeah. So it was. Where was it? Now I just confused myself. This one? Yeah, that's the one, I think. So I saw this candle, and it was butting right up against that 9. Like I said, this would not be a valid entry. So I didn't even enter on that blue candle. I saw it pull back. And hold on a minute. Wait a minute. 1 second. I saw it pull back. I did not get in. I didn't get in here. And I saw this other blue candle, which still had a big wick up top. I saw that it was choppy. And I decided to jump in. I saw it come down some, and it came back up. I got in. It only went a few points up and then crashed down on me. There was never a valid entry based on my thing there because of the way the wicks were and all that. But yet, this one back here would have been a valid entry. I didn't take it. This one would have been a valid entry. I didn't take it. Well, one of the best traders on Discord said he's struggling today too. It's just, and if it was just today, it's just with the fact that this entire week's been red for me again. And it's just frustrating because, I go through so much success to get all these funded accounts, and then I can't get anywhere with them. And it's not like I have this love of money like some of these influencers who want, Lambos or mansions or whatever, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with those things. But like, just a quick story here. It's not to whatever, but like last night a friend came to me about a friend that needed help. They have a sick cat that needs. They have a thyroid issue, and I didn't realize cats get thyroid issues. But they need some sort of radiation infusion or something like that this person can't afford. So she was going to have the cat put down. And so my friend said, would you want to help this person out? And I said, yeah, sure, absolutely. I'll do that. And that's the type of stuff I want to do more of. And I just think to myself, if I could just get this trading down, this is the way I could affect people's lives on a much more regular basis. This is a short setting up here. And that's what drives me. That, and I want to make people's lives better. You're welcome, Crypticon. What are you thanking me for? It is time for us Yeah, I keep telling myself I'm going to trade in the evening, and then I don't trade in the evening. I guess, and like tonight, I have a live stream on the baseball card channel. Which, by the way, tonight I have a live stream on the baseball card channel. So if you want to join me tonight, Well, it makes me feel good to do so, and people have helped me out for sure, and it is well, good job, JJR. I was trying to trade micros earlier, and it's like at one time I should have taken a profit at like $50. It ended up stopping me out, and it's just like it's hard to get into the mindset of taking a profit at like 30, $40. So what you do is really impressive, JJR. No problem, Crypt. But at some point this weekend, Crypt, I'm probably gonna get a package out to you. Absolutely, absolutely, USC. Anyway, guys, it is time for us to wrap up. I want to thank everyone for joining me today. We'll be back tomorrow. We should have, with the NVIDIA earnings tonight, and then we actually have jobless claims and stuff tomorrow. We should actually have some more volatility tomorrow. So, have a great rest of your day. We'll see you then. Bye.